Echoes of Tomorrow. Chapter 1. The Leap. The device hummed faintly, its smooth surface radiating a faint blue glow. Eleanor Ellie Morgan stood before it, heart racing as she double-checked the settings on her tablet. The machine, a prototype time displacement mechanism, was the culmination of decades of research and the singular obsession of her late mentor, Dr. Charles Hargrove. Ellie had been skeptical of the project, theoretical physics so advanced it bordered on the mystical. But after years of trial and error, a breakthrough in quantum resonance had made the impossible possible. Today, Ellie was about to embark on a journey no human had ever undertaken, a leap 300 years into the future. As the countdown began, Ellie whispered a silent prayer. If this works, history will change forever. The room dissolved into light. A torrent of energy swirled around her, pulling her through a tunnel of shimmering colors. Time and space unraveled, stitched back together by forces beyond comprehension. She was falling, and then she was still. Chapter 2. The Future Unveiled. When Ellie opened her eyes, she found herself standing in a vast, sunlit plaza. The air was crisp, carrying a faint floral scent. Around her, sleek, glimmering towers reached toward the sky, their surfaces adorned with vibrant greenery. The streets were alive with people, their attire a fusion of simplicity and elegance. Yet, there were no vehicles, no noise, no chaos. Instead, she heard laughter, the rustle of leaves, and the gentle hum of distant machines. A woman approached her, her warm smile radiant. "Welcome, traveler," she said. "You must be disoriented. Let me help you." Ellie blinked. "You know who I am?" The woman nodded. "We've been expecting you. My name is Lyra. You're in Unity City, year 2324. Ellie's mind reeled. "How did you know I was coming?" Lyra chuckled. "Your arrival is part of our history. Let's get you oriented." As Lyra led her through the city, Ellie marveled at what she saw. There were no signs of poverty or conflict. Everyone she passed seemed content, engaged in purposeful activity. Parks and gardens flourished, integrated seamlessly with the urban landscape. Renewable energy powered everything, with no trace of pollution. It was a utopia, and Ellie struggled to reconcile it with the fractured world she had left behind. Lyra guided her to a serene pavilion overlooking a sparkling river. "This world must seem very different from yours," Lyra said gently. Ellie nodded. "It's incredible. How did humanity achieve this?" Lyra's expression softened. "It was a journey of change, born from necessity. After the crises of your time, humanity faced a reckoning. We united to address the root causes of suffering and conflict, inequality, greed, and environmental destruction. Through technological innovation and a shared commitment to justice, we rebuilt society on a foundation of cooperation and empathy." Chapter 3. The Truth Revealed. Over the following days, Ellie delved deeper into this future world. She visited learning hubs where knowledge was freely shared, witnessed advanced medical facilities eradicating disease, and participated in communal activities that strengthened the bonds between people. There were no prisons, no armies, no borders. Conflicts, Lyra explained, were resolved through dialogue and mediation, guided by an AI system designed to prioritize fairness and understanding. Ellie also learned that automation had eliminated menial labor, allowing people to pursue their passions. Resources were distributed equitably, ensuring no one went without. The concept of wealth had been replaced by a focus on well-being and fulfillment. "But how did you overcome resistance?" Ellie asked during one of their conversations. "Surely not everyone agreed to these changes." Lyra's gaze grew distant. "There were challenges. It took generations of effort and the perseverance of visionaries. Key moments, like the establishment of the Global Accord in the late 21st century, set the stage. Your work, Ellie, was pivotal in inspiring those early movements. Ellie stared at her in disbelief. My work? I'm just a scientist. Lyra smiled. You'll see. Chapter 4, The Dilemma. As the days turned into weeks, Ellie grew increasingly torn. She was captivated by this future and the role she had apparently played in its creation. Yet, she couldn't shake the growing realization that she couldn't stay. The device that had brought her here was designed for a round trip, and she had only a limited window to return to her own time. One evening, Lyra took her to a breathtaking vista overlooking the city. The setting sun bathed the landscape in golden light. Ellie, Lyra began, you know you must return. Ellie's chest tightened. But if I stay, I can. I can witness this world's progress. I can contribute. Lyra placed a hand on her shoulder. If you stay, this future may never come to pass. Your return is the catalyst. The knowledge you bring back, the changes you inspire, they are what set humanity on this path. What if I fail? What if I'm not enough? You won't be alone, Lyra said. Others will join you. Trust in your instincts and your capacity to inspire. Your actions will ripple through time. Chapter 5, The Return. The day of her departure arrived too soon. Ellie stood before the shimmering portal, her heart heavy with reluctance. Lyra and a small gathering of future citizens bid her farewell. Thank you, Ellie said, her voice trembling. For everything. Lyra embraced her. Thank you, Ellie, for giving us hope. As Ellie stepped into the portal, the world dissolved around her once more. The sensation of falling returned, accompanied by a surge of determination. When she emerged back in her lab, the hum of the machine faded into silence. The world she returned to was far from perfect. But Ellie carried with her the vision of what it could become. She dedicated herself to sharing that vision, rallying others to the cause of unity and progress. Chapter 6, Planting Seeds. Years passed, and Ellie's influence grew. She became a tireless advocate for sustainable technologies, social equity, and global cooperation. Her speeches ignited movements, her research inspired breakthroughs. She worked alongside activists, scientists, and leaders, weaving together a network of changemakers. Though the path was fraught with challenges, Ellie remained steadfast. Every setback reminded her of the stakes, every success a step closer to the future she had glimpsed. Slowly but surely, the tides began to turn. Chapter 7, The Echo. Decades later, an aging Ellie stood on the threshold of a new era. The Global Accord had been signed, uniting nations in a shared commitment to humanity's well-being. Clean energy powered the world, and strides in education and healthcare had transformed countless lives. As she gazed out at the thriving world she had helped shape, Ellie felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She didn't need to live to see the utopia of 2324, she knew it was possible. Her journey had set the echo in motion, a resonance that would carry forward through time. In the end, Ellie realized, the future wasn't something to wait for. It was something to create. The end. Please listen Rice's opinion this tale and drop a message below to let him know what you think. I'll now hand you over to Rice. That's Rice spelt with an R.
My opinion on this little story is that, well, does it need to be a story? Could it not be a reality? I'm not speaking about the time travel, I'm talking about the coming together and uniting humanity as one. Working together to sort out our differences and to respect each other's beliefs. To make the world a better place for our children and our grandchildren and for the generations that follows. And to leave a better planet for them, with clean air for them to breathe. I'll let you think about that for now, and don't forget what Kaylee said after she read you the story. Please let us know your thoughts below, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for lots more stories like the one you just heard. And for now, stay safe and come back soon.